right. Levels are looking good right here. All right, let's make sure it pop up on the other side. Let me get my mic situated. All right, we looking good right there.
Perfect.
Right.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Let's go. To those of you that are just looking at the live stream after the live stream is over with, you can skip this part. I do this part in order for people to come on in. Give them time to come on in. It's like serving as a notification, and then we get into the live stream. But if you're watching it after the live is over with, you can skip this portion. OCO, everyone, how y'all doing? OCO. I missed y'all. I see we got Atlanta in the house. OCO, Tatrice, OCO. OCO, Miss Carla, how you doing? GQ the boss, OCO. Tuck, OCO. Turbo, OCO. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? New Jersey in the house. I see you. Who else we got in here? Memphis Teen in the house. Dallas, Texas in the house. Chi-Town in the house. Boston in the house. OCO, Poetic Ninja, how you? OCO, Miss Juicy, how are you? Miss Lisa, OCO. Brother Levante in the building. OCO, brother. OCO, CEO Ball Styles, thank you for joining. How you doing, sister? It's been a minute. I know I haven't been on here in a second, but we back. We cutting through all the thunderstorms and the tornadoes, you know what I mean? But I see Bronx, New York in the house, Sparta, GA in the house, Greenville, Mississippi in the house, Fort Myers in the house, Raleigh, North Carolina in the house, Oakland in the house. What up, Oakland? Mississippi in the house, B-More in the building, Savannah, Georgia in the building, Dallas, Texas in the building, Tallahassee, Florida in the building. What's going on, y'all? Augusta, Georgia in the house, Jacktown, Mississippi in the house, Spanish Harlem in the house. What up? You say everybody ate good? I know, right? They were stuck in the house with all the, the thunderstorms and the bad weather. I heard it wasn't like that on the East Coast, though. I heard it was mainly Midwest and the West. We were all receiving, the terrible weather, the funny weather, I want to call it. Let me call it the funny weather. I think they by remote control playing the video game in real time. Alabama in the house. Dallas, Texas checking in. What up, Dallas? Detroit in the building. Richmond, VA in the building. Let me drop a bomb for y'all. Raleigh, North Carolina. Midway, Georgia. Hold on, who that? Natchez, Mississippi in the building. Jacksonville, Florida. It's 93 degrees in Sacramento, California. That's actually pretty good. You know what? I think we right around where y'all at right now. If I'm not mistaken, we right around there. Galaxy QT, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you. Amina Moore, thank you for gifting the membership. I appreciate that, sister. Thank you. Atlanta, Georgia, Memphis 10, Tampa, Florida, 91 degrees in Tampa. Wow. See, this is where it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? Might have saw the thunderstorms and everything they pulling. We supposed to be in the 90s right now, enjoying this weather. 2 up, 2 down. Who that? Portsmouth, VA. OCO Blue Dreamer, how you? Been a member for 2 months. I appreciate that, sister. Drop a bomb for you. Where we at? Indianapolis, Indiana. Greenville, North Carolina. Oklahoma. Halito, OCO. How you doing? It's a little warm where you at? Miami, Florida. Philadelphia, PA. 98 in Arizona. I could believe that. Arizona ain't nothing but sun. Like, I could believe that. Austell, GA. Owensboro, Kentucky. Brooksville, Florida. West Tennessee. 13% in the building. What up, 13%? What up, y'all? That's all it takes is 13% of our people. Everybody else gonna follow suit. Texas in the building. Ohio in the building. The Froghorn intro, I don't have that. I gotta, do I have that? Nah, I don't have that. I gotta get that. I'll get that. I'll make sure I add the Froghorn in here. Houston, Texas in the building. Oh, Bahamas in the building. Man, what's up, Bahamas? What y'all weather looking like? Lewisburg, Tennessee. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Dallas, Texas. Miami Gardens. Who that? New Jersey, Florida. What up, EJ? North Hollywood, California. 87 degrees. That's good. That's good right there. Savannah, Georgia. What y'all looking like over there, Georgia? Inglewood. What up, Cali? Grambling, Louisiana in the house. What up, Louisiana? Hey, North Carolina, what y'all looking like? Lancaster, PA, Southfield, Michigan. It's chilly in Chicago. It should warm up though. Y'all about to warm up. Y'all about to warm up. What you, hey Levante, what y'all looking like right now? What y'all weather looking like? Y'all should be warming up. 89. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Uh-oh. Woo! Uh-oh. What up, Winston-Salem? How y'all doing? They wanted me to go to that college. I ain't gonna, nah, man. Anyway, Syracuse, New York. Who was that just gifted? Oh, Blue Dreamer did that? Sure did, Blue Dreamer. I appreciate that, sister. Gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate that. Ray Odom, thank you for becoming a member. Cartel Hood Boy, oh man. Thank you for being a member for 1 month. When I say man, that's a DC slang, old school DC slang. Hold on, let me not make myself up there like old school already. But yeah, it's an old school DC slang. It's an agreement, like we in agreement. Gary, Indiana, 68 in Indiana. Wow. So it's raining, it's chilly, but it's been hotter here in Chicago. Okay. 71 in Ohio. Y'all warming up. Las Vegas feel like flames outside. I'm sure it do. Woo! I'm sure it do. It feel good though. I'm pretty sure it do. Killeen, Texas in the building. Monroe, hold up, that went so fast. I think that was Louisiana. Patrice Johnson, aka Miss Sassy, been a member for 14 months. Dropping a bomb for you, sister. I appreciate that. That's big time right there. Jay Chosen, thank you for becoming a member. 55 degrees right now. Okay. I mean, y'all should warm up. If y'all look at y'all 10-day forecast, y'all should be warming up here shortly. But 89 in Chicago. Oh man, it's only 75 now in Ohio. What up, Choctaw Montana in the building? Mike the Bookie, been a member for 1 month. OCO, brother, I appreciate that, Mike. Miss Kathy, look at you. I appreciate that, sister. Miss Kathy Knight, thank you for being generous right there, sister. That's major. Woolcaster, Massachusetts. Oh, it's 82 in Kentucky. That's not bad right there. Houston, Texas in the building. I love Vegas. It's calling me. Go ahead, talk Montana. Go ahead. You better not be spending on. You might as well go there and spend some money then. I know exactly what you about to go do. Tell a wife in a churn I said hello, or CO rather. It's 83 in Gulfport, Mississippi. Gulfport, Mississippi. That's not bad. Stone Mountain City, Texas. What's going on? Stone Rock City. See, I'm thinking Stone Mountain, North Carolina. What's going on? Stone Rock City, Texas. What's going on? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dre Creek. I appreciate that, brother. The Creek in the building. What up, Dre? I appreciate that, brother. Rhythm City Live. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate that. That's major. Hold up. It's 55 in Chicago, Illinois. Y'all should be warming up. Look at y'all 10-day forecast. Jason, she been a member for 15 months. Wow.
Set it on fire.
I appreciate you, Jason. Thank you, brother. PS5 Gaming, thank you for becoming a member. We know what you about to do. That overheating system, you should have went on ahead and got your computer. Anyway, hi from Trinidad. What up, Trinidad? I see you, Miss Dez. What's up, Trinidad? CO Ball Styles tell Mrs. Calloway. Oh, CO, she watching right now. She may even say something in the chat. But I'll let her know definitely. They ain't us, so they want to be us. That's why they mad. Yeah, that's why they mad, Levante. I'm about to play a couple things though. You about to see what's going on. Beaumont, Texas, 85. That's about right. That's about right. 87 in St. Louis. That's good. It's cool today in Rockland, California. 90 degrees. You gonna call that cool? Wow. That's hot. I'm sure y'all got the air conditioner on talking about something cool. You probably laying cool. We gonna get right back into the 70s Tuesday. Okay, that's not bad. Y'all warming up. 13% in the building. Montana. Hey. 71 in Dallas, and it's raining. Man, that shouldn't take too long. Barbara Rosson in the building. Salute to the elder. Barbara Rosson in the building. I appreciate you, brother. That's the elder right there. Big time. Chief Hawkeye's in the building. No CO, brother. I see you. 92 in Orlando, Florida. That's about right. 73 in Dallas with rain. That should calm down, hopefully. I mean, we see how we been in Texas. We've been getting up and down weather. It's crazy. With tornadoes. Seattle, Washington, 87. That's about right. 72 in LA. Damn, that's a little low in LA. That's a little low. I appreciate y'all giving love or showing love to the barber. The elder right there. My favorite online. 84 in Florida right now. That's about right. For us, by us, not y'all. That's right, Levante. Now, I love the nightlife in Vegas and the food. Forget everything else. I know, right? 87 in NOLA. Where's 67 at? Mr. Factor, what you talking about right there? Where's the 67 at? Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, Barbara Rosson. Yeah, that's you family here over here. $90 degrees in Alabama. Hey, we about to be getting into Alabama today too. Stay tight. We about to get right into it. 74 in Charlotte. What up, Charlotte? Oh, the 68 in Brooklyn. That's not bad for Brooklyn. I ain't gonna lie, that's not bad. 64 in Detroit, that's gonna warm up. 80 in Belleville, Texas. Atlantis is back. Atlantis ain't never left. We been here. We been here. Hold up. Let me switch screens real quick, y'all.
OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet.
This brother, he is raising some serious questions.
He's here to make you think.
What I'm trying to do is get our people to understand that we have been lied to all the way around about our history. Can you name any other group of people, no matter their skin complexion, that are being labeled primarily as the name of two continents? Not two countries, two continents. That is called a misnomer, which is the act of applying a wrong name to some person or thing.
The best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes.
I want y'all to check out somebody named Dane Calloway.
Dane Calloway?
Look into Dane Calloway. He has a lot of information about how this whole shit was told in reverse. Okay? Where they say, oh, we came from
St. Hudson, thank you for being a member. I appreciate that.
And information that was put together by a man by the name of Dane Calloway, who is also questioning the slave trade. And he's done some remarkable videos on the history of the slave trade in the United States. And he's gone back down the food chain and gone back down the line, and he's realized that a lot of the so-called African Americans in the United States are not African at all. They're actually Native Americans, because the slave trade did not happen the way we were told that it happened.
It's Dane Calloway.
Go and watch this man's channel, man. This dude is phenomenal.
I'm not saying African American because they're not African American. They're the Aboriginals, because they were the true Native Americans.
Set it on fire. Fire.
They're the copper colored race.
St. Hudson, thank you for being a member. I appreciate that.
I mean, Dane Calloway on YouTube, oh my God. I mean, he is fucking beyond brilliant. The research he does, whoo, he goes way deep into this shit.
Relax and take notes.
It's Dane Calloway on I'm Just Here to Make You Think Radio.
Sharon Burnett, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that.
Turn it up. Look, 100 years after 100 years, they done lied to us about this and that. Told us all we from Africa. I made fiction characters turn into facts. Heard your time and then it was not. Knowing goddamn well that trick was capped. My wife and I wrote a book about it. It's a book with knowledge, evidence, and fact. And my other book got them haters shook, cause it's helping my people take a closer look at their backgrounds. In the background, showing my people where they supposed to look. Showing my people where they get it from, where they hit it from, all sorts of angles. When it comes to this research, you must please first, don't trust strangers. Find out all of your own is what I highly recommend and suggest. And if you looking for answers and content by me, I highly recommend you the best. Which is my website at the link you see just across the screen. Don't let it miss you. I make it simple. I double down on that black and white. It's too official.
Shout out to the sister Okiana. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. And it's TZ. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate that. I'm gonna drop a bomb for y'all. Shadowhawk Thunderbear, always showing love. I appreciate you, brother. That's love right there. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Kamor's Battle, thank you for becoming a member. Should I do it? I wonder if we should do it right now. Should we do it? I am going to do. Yeah. It's up. I might as well. Hey, look. Ain't no chucking, no jiving, no ducking, no hiding, no telling on people that's under assignment. Those are them people that fucked up our climate.
changing up everything so you can't find it. Let's focus our people to focus our people, cause most of our people lose hope for our people. We choking the fan by revoking my people. We selling the fan, not promoting my people. You woke up today, it be different tomorrow. Stop or to follow with Lee Leonardo. Police killing innocent like it's their motto. How much more time we gon' take this to sorrow? How many times we go marching for peace? We still got black people that die in the streets. From your brothers or racist police. The wars not us is them races elite. Brother wake up, sister wake up. This ain't nothing but shit they made up. Religion is here to manipulate minds. Only books slave masters gave us to read. Only books slave masters gave us to teach. Only books slave masters gave us to preach. Only books slave masters gave us some peace. What they have heaven here on earth. Wake up, pick your cape up, pick your face up. This is shake up, no time for makeup. Injustice is a white supremacy. You both affect the melanated people too much. I'ma keep raising my fist to the sky. I'ma keep raising my fist to the sky. This ain't for everybody, this is only for them conscious melanated people.
Alright, switch screens. Alright, the tables are turning. Y'all already know what's going on. Y'all already know what's going on. I appreciate all the new members that's been joining too. Lindale, Spencer, I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you all for supporting. Even if you just coming in here, clicking like, sharing the video, I appreciate that as well. Sharing it with your friends, your family members, co-workers. You know, it could be your wife, your husband. Freddie Neal, I appreciate that. Nightbot said, put them turtles up. Put them turtles up. R. Dobson, Oklahoma City, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know people were telling me that Facebook been acting up. Like when they share my stuff on Facebook, Facebook would do stupid stuff to them. Look at all the turtles in the chat. Look at the turtles in the chat. That's love right there. That's love right there. Them turtles going up. Hey. Hey.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Real life.
Look at that. Chicago in the building. I see you. That's beautiful.
Relax and take notes. Take notes.
That's beautiful. Y'all blowing that chat up. Notice how YouTube ain't blocked the turtles. I love that. So it is something very important that I'm going to be getting into after I talk about this first thing. Y'all know I got to address something. I just got to address something real small. It's real small. I'm going to address it, play the video with it. But the tables are turning. It's all correlating information. The tables are turning in our favor. Okay? In our favor. We got the Niji representing. He got his eyes on, you know, like fully locked on his target. Got the Thunder in the back representing. Woo! Got the Thunder in the back representing. People waking up, man. And some people are upset about that. And some people are upset about that. We about to get into that, Montana. Watch. I'm about to get right into that. He not the only one that's upset. There's a lot of people that's upset about it. But because they have been indoctrinated, you know, with the information that they recently became aware of, ranging from the 1960s on up. And they took it as the truth. So I'm not the only one on YouTube providing this information and providing, you know, documentation, but I'm definitely up there at the top. Saying thank you. I appreciate that, brother. That's major right there. I appreciate that. And 206, thank you for becoming a member. So what I'm putting out there is information for our people, strictly, to understand who we are. And on top of that, it's allowing other people to know who we are. And they appreciate that. But there is people out there that's salty, Quentin. It is. You right. You right. There's people out there that's salty. But that means that it's working. Okay, because a lot of those people, as much information as I put out over these years I've been on the internet, like ranging from Facebook to YouTube and then the Instagram, and you know, I really can't stand TikTok, but maybe TikTok. We'll see. Oh, matter of fact, let me mention this. I do need to hire a professional that's into editing. I'm looking for an assistant in editing, because keep in mind, I do all of this by myself and it's a lot. Now, I'm not talking about editing my major videos. It's just something small. I'm taking a look at one other person, and if you feel as though you can do that, like I utilize Adobe Premiere. If you're familiar with Adobe Premiere and you're good at editing, and you can send some samples to me and let me know how good you are at editing, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that if you can reach out to my team at info@I'mJustHereToMakeYouThink.com. You're not doing anything for free. I'm not asking for a freebie. That's not what it's about. But I need to see what you know, your skills. I need to see some samples. But I want to bring you on board, because I'm going to need some assistance with editing some things. I got other projects coming. And of course, I still want to be able to push things out, but I'm going to need assistance in editing. Strictly editing. Everything else, my wife and I cat. We got it on lock. But the editing part, I'm gonna need some assistance on. And I love the editing, you know, don't get me wrong, but I'm doing some other things. I'm doing some other projects to put this information out in the forefront even further. Those of you that are a part of the 13% community server already know what's about to happen, which is a beautiful thing. Notice how Nightbot saying Dane Calloway films. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. info@I'mJustHereToMakeYouThink.com. If you would like to reach out to me directly, also you can join the 13% community server, add me as a friend in there, and DM me your work. And then we could go, you know, from there. Yeah, I got M16 for the beat. Stupid, I can get you right now. I can edit, selling that green air, but cover arts. Hit me in the DM. Montana, let me know. Hit me in the DM. I don't got no issue with that at all. You know, but yeah, M16 definitely did all the music. Besides, you know, the fact that I'm utilizing certain Resident Evil, Capcom music, you know, Resident Evil, one of my favorite video games, but everything else is definitely 16 producing it. But yeah, DM me. I mean, you already know, brother. This ain't, you contact me directly. Sleepy Montana in the building. What's going on, brother? CO Ball Styles, you're an editor. Gizmo, please reach out to me. Please reach out to me. I would appreciate that. If you don't mind, you know, it's not going to take up what you have going on. It's just basically side projects for me. That's mainly going to hit my Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to hit my Instagram and TikTok. But I need assistance with that, because I'm working on other projects that are very time consuming. And if you can read it between the lines, you know what I'm talking about. And it does take editing, and I'm gonna need some assistance. And I'm not trying to just put it on one person, because like I said, we are looking at one person right now already. And I wouldn't mind having maybe like like two. I would say two good ones, and then we could go from there. Hold on. Can't love the one and never play at night. There's two in director's cut. Yeah, that's my favorite. Oh, you never played them? Oh no, you gotta go back and play them. Those are the best ones to me. The older Resident Evils were the best ones. Nightbot is on fire. Yeah, Nightbot actually pretty decent. I remember some times I had to cut Nightbot off because it was wilding out. But it's doing good now. But what the good thing about it is that the message is spreading. And, you know, I might as well just say this. I can say this, that it's going to go to bigger platforms now. People reached out to me many times. I had to turn some interviews down. I'm not here to be promoting me per se, because it's not necessarily me. It's about the message. And if they're okay with that, then fine. But you know, of course we weave out the real from the fake. We look at people and we analyze it. Like, what are they doing? What's their track record? Is it worth me going on there to state my piece? But hold on, to Maximum Dane, I could get someone who is proficient in Adobe and other sites like that. Levante, reach out to me. Let me know. I just need to see their work. That's all it is. I need to see what's going on and see some samples, and then we could go from there. But yeah, I want to go ahead and get started with this one, with a particular video that was sent to me. Before we get into the information, of course, we're going to get into the information. I'm going to go over some work that we previously did, my wife and I, when we were on deck at a particular area. That's why I told the people in Alabama to stay put. We're getting ready to get into that. But before that, I got to address this because this popped up. This right across my desk. People were telling me, hold on, let me take this down. People were telling me, that a particular individual got scared. I said, oh, okay, all right, why? Let me see. And hold on, I'm about to play the video right now. So again, ladies and gentlemen, again, I already knew this. I told y'all, these people that, you know, that claim they're against me, that claim I'm this, claim I'm pretending, and claim I'm a fake Indian, don't want no smoke with me for real. They don't want none. And this guy, Jermaine Shoemaker, aka the one, you know, the stage name, the fake name that he gave himself, the pseudonym, Umar Johnson, and then he got, you know, he attached himself, calling himself the Prince of the Pan Goofies. But it's just odd to me, because when I saw this video, I said, I already knew it. I already knew that he was going to wave the white flag when it comes to an authentic debate between him and I already knew that's what he was going to do. I called it. I called it too many times. And what's crazy is that this guy has been mentioning my name for the longest. It's been like 3 or 4 years now. He's been talking about me for and what's crazy is that it's because of his chat. His chat is coming at him. Like, look, Dane Calloway is actually doing real work. Dane Calloway is an authentic American Indian. Dane Calloway is anything weird. Dane Calloway is for real. Dane Calloway speaks the languages. Dane Calloway puts up the work. Dane Calloway puts up the documents. Okay? And then he gonna try to, of course he gonna try to downplay it. I'm a YouTuber and all the rest of this, and whatever. But I'm gonna let this fool play. I'm gonna let y'all hear what he said. And I find it very hilarious. You know, to me, this is flattering because I know for a fact that they're definitely not trying to have no, you know, I'm talking about proper debate. Like where there's judges, there's, it could be some call in, whatever they want to do it. Like, I mean, he know for a fact that this will jump and he will possibly lose his following if we do debate. That's another reason why he like, nah, you know, he gonna turn his nose up. This is what he said though. Let me say.
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Wasted. Hold up. Before we go any further, hold up.
Set it on fire.
I'm just saying, we can have judges. We can have we can do a professional Umar, but he don't want no smoke, y'all. No, I'm talking about none. Look,
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Yeah, that boy's scared. That boy's scared, and he know it. He know it. But see, it was one thing that he mentioned that I'm gonna play. That I'm pretty sure his following didn't pay attention to. You know, keep in mind he's in actor. That's technically what he is. He's putting on a front. This is the reason why he carrying a stage name. Because Jermaine Shoemaker's his real name. And I'm like, come on, bro. Why name yourself something totally different and putting on this image? And if you and you not even authentically African at all, even your father came out and said that. But at the same time, listen, he contradicts himself every single. We gonna get into the information, y'all. We are, okay? Those of you that's waiting on the information. But let me clown this fool right here because he constantly put my name up all the time. But he don't want no smoke. He waving a white flag each and every time. Isn't he Cuban? I don't know. But I know I saw videos of his father airing him out, telling the truth. And he couldn't deny it. But so I would say all that trash talking that he'll produce, and he's afraid to debate Dane Calloway. Man, all that. And then watch how he contradict himself. It's hilarious. It really is. Like, and it's sad.
I will not be debating Dane Calloway. Because I only debate my equals. All others I teach. But I would like to know.
Hold on. We already know where he got that from. He, copying somebody else's words right there. But at the same time, you're doing all this trash talking, Umar, Jermaine, and you don't want no smoke. Okay? You don't want no smoke, but you want to cry and say that you only debate with your equals and all others you teach, right? But who have you debated? And this is another thing, right? This is another thing. He's going to come out and say, I'm going to let it play. He's going to come out and say something very important right here.
Is he building any institutions for our people?
Is he building any institutions for our people? Now, anybody in the chat, help me out, y'all. Help me out. This whole time that we know of this cat, he been preaching about building a what, y'all? What has he been? Yeah, he gonna talk about something because I haven't built any institutions. Listen to this guy. But then he turned around and he's been working on a so-called school, which is an institution, for how long? A school don't take this long. One school. It's not like you building schools, plural. And then on top of that, what are you going to teach them? Did any teachers get on board? You struggling with just setting up the school, but wait a minute. What if you're really struggling to gather teachers, okay, to teach whatever type of curriculum you want to teach in this so-called goofy school? Is that what you're struggling with? You done ran off with people's money that done donated because you promised them that you go put this school up. And it's been how long? This had to been over 10 years. This had to been over 10 years. I've been on YouTube since 2016. He was talking about this school longer than that. It was near a decade. He's a scammer. Hold on, but before we call him a scammer, hold up, 16 years? Somebody said 16 years. Since 2009? Stop playing. He been talking about that since 2009? And how come, I'm so glad somebody brought that up. How come they not bringing that up to him when he does get interviewed on the Breakfast Club? Why they not talking about his institutions? But yet, he coming at me like, have you built any institutions? Where's the institution that you promised years ago? Now, somebody showed people on the internet that he built a building that didn't have lights on. And I mean, listen, I don't even got to get into all of that. I really don't. I'm not the gossip type of guy. But at the same time, we can see that you just all talk, brother. We can clearly see that. Too many people have exposed you for that. And then you gonna come at me like I need to be building institutions. Hold up there, but ain't that what you supposed to be doing years ago?
Because all I see is YouTube videos. See, I believe in solutions.
Oh, so you see the YouTube videos. He admitting it.
Not intellectual masturbation. I believe in solutions, not intellectual masturbation.
He got to say it again.
I believe in solutions, not intellectual masturbation. No disrespect to the brother, but is...
Watch the contradiction. No disrespect to me. Watch the contradiction.
He building any institutions, because I don't care if you are a Pan-Africanist. I don't care if you a Christian. I don't care if you a pretendian, aboriginal,
disrespectful,
African. I don't care what you are.
Ain't he contradicted himself? And they get mad because I'm calling him a pan goofy. They get upset because I'm calling him a pan goofy. Like, y'all don't see the enemy? And then y'all telling about, well, why y'all brothers fighting amongst each other? We don't gotta fight. What he's doing is a distraction. He's deflecting. He's running from a real debate. African. What type of pretendian? You not once proved that you was an African. Not once. No documentation. And then your own family called you out. I call my mother right now. She can tell you what we are. You can't do that. He won't do that.
Need schools, banks, hospitals, supermarkets.
Hold on.
African. I don't care what you are. We need schools, banks, hospitals, supermarkets, and distribution. I don't care what you call yourself. If you want to be a pretendian, I respect your right to be a fake Indian. I have no problems with you being a fake Indian. But I want to know what schools is Dane Calloway.
So he's up under here talking trash. He doing some underlining, throwing jabs. But he don't want to see me onesie-one. He don't want to see me face-to-face on a broader scale, where he can put his whole credibility on the line, okay? And so can I. And we can end this pretendian, fake Indian, whatever he want to say. We can end this in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You're a so-called scholar, the so-called most requested by some people we don't even know, but you scared. But you scared of me. The so-called pretendian. You scared of me.
Calloway building. What hospitals is he building? What supermarkets is he building? What bank is he building? Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Now, on his track record, what has he built? Somebody tell me. Somebody, if you a Pan Goofy fan of this guy right here, who is an actor clearly, tell me in the chat, what has he built? And he allegedly been in the so-called, whatever they want to call it, the conscious community. I'm talking about longer than me. Way longer than me. Please tell me one thing, y'all. One thing. No, hold on, y'all. No, don't say, no. Don't give him a chance, y'all. Don't say nothing. Give him a chance. Just name one thing that he built. One. Something. Child support? Wait a minute. He built this bank account. Wow. Woo, his pockets. Woo, controversy. Good one, Manny. Good one. Imagination. Stealing people's money. His pockets. His own damn name. Look at the chat. Umar, look at this chat, Umar. I know you paying attention. I know you paying attention. Let's just say, for example, I decide to build a school. It ain't gonna take me 13 years to build one school. One. And you ain't introduced no teachers yet. Not only do you have to build the school, you got to fill it up. Jermaine, you got to fill it up, right? But with the proper professional people, you got to have professional teachers there to teach children. And I'm trying to understand who
would be interested in sending their children to your school when it's called market? What is it called? Market? He gonna say, hold on, wait.
All YouTube videos, bring me some damn institutions. Bring me some institutions. If you ain't building institutions, you're a waste of my damn time. I do not debate.
Oh, woo! The truth came out.
It's go time, Slim.
He do not debate. Wait a minute.
Bring me some institutions. If you ain't building institutions, you're a waste of my damn time. I do not debate. I teach. I only debate my equals.
Wait.
He is not my equal.
Hold on, you teach. All right, I'm trying to understand what you teach. What curriculum, what lessons, what has anybody learned from Jermaine Shoemaker, aka Umar Johnson? What has, I mean, I'm talking about, I dare anybody to come out and state what they have learned from this guy that they could take and run with for the rest of their life. I mean, all I have heard from this guy was regurgitated information that he learned from other people that came before him. Let's be real. He's even coming out of his own mouth from another Pan-Africanist or Pan-Goofy. He's quoting directly from him by saying, I only debate with my equals, all others I teach. I'm sure some people in the chat that could actually point out where that came from. That guy's name that you're getting it from. What have you put out, Umar? And I'm telling you, this is the reason why he don't want to debate me. These guys, listen, y'all. Why is Marcus Sanders so quiet? You know why he quiet. You know why he quiet. Yeah? You know why he quiet. What I'm trying to point out to you guys is that it's the majority of these people that got big platforms, right? That talk trash about me don't want no smoke when it comes to a real authentic debate. And I told everybody, I'm only going to debate these people that are at the top. Now, he calling himself the prince of the so-called Pan-Africanist movement, but they looking like goofies when your prince running away from me right here. I'm on my platform sharing information all the time, actually about to get to it again during this live stream. But I'm only going to address people that allegedly have a large enough platform that probably got some people behind them puppeteering, telling him what to do in order to infiltrate the community, in order to keep us divided, because not one time has his father or any family member came out and said that they are truly of African, some type of African ancestry. Not one time. I put my grandfather on screen, bless his heart, may he rest well. I love you, granddad. I put him on screen and he told you. I could call my mother, my father, my aunts, my uncles. They all from here. They know what's going on. They know what time it is. They know who they are. And ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because I can guarantee you this, if he start running and actually do a real authentic debate with me, my family gonna be there. All I gotta do is ask them to come up and they explain it. You ain't even gotta hear it from my mouth. We know who we are. This guy's a character. I'm up here with my real name. Dane Calloway is my real name. Real name. Since day one, nothing has changed. I've been putting out information after document after publicly verifiable evidence ever since. And the reason why you know me is just beyond it gotta be beyond my YouTube videos. Keep in mind, we going beyond YouTube. We everywhere. Because if it was just YouTube, you wouldn't have just heard about me. It's everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. And it's a reason why, because people are waking up. The tables are turning for the better. They're pushing you frauds out the door. Because that's technically who you are. It's not like you put out a book. I put out 3 books. Here come 3 more. That's not like you put out a movie. You got paid $1,500 from somebody else to do some movie, and as if you were a scholar, ain't give a drop of information.
that we ain't heard from other people already? Marcus Sanders paid you $1,500 for his documentary. He pocketed that and then called you out as a fraud. A lot of people calling you out. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, I mean, you a scholar. Show me where your scholarship at. I was trying, but now you keep mentioning me. You keep bringing me up. I appreciate that. Thanks for the free promo. Because your following coming to me. Straight up, they can tell a difference. You talking. I'm actually putting it up. I came in here and told everybody I'm a historian and a researcher. I didn't say scholar, not one time. I eventually became a teacher because I had to teach this information that I researched to the people in more than one ways in order for them to understand. So if you teaching something, let me know what it is, Jermaine. Let me know what it is. You are African, but you got on a plaid shirt with a Philadelphia hat on. Fitted cap. You look like a Philly cat. An old Philly cat. They not dressing like that no more. You don't look African? Somebody in the chat said, ain't he Cuban? He do look Cuban. He look like he's South American. He look like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he a Mason. I'm pretty sure he is. It's always these 50-year-olds and up, man.
No disrespect.
Not all of them, though. I'm talking about the ones that's out there that has infiltrated our community, that turned our back on our people, are like 45 and up. Let me say it that way, 45 and up. And they mad at a young brother like me because I'm basically putting them on blast by telling our people the real, authentic truth. With evidence that backs me up. If you notice that, I'm talking about, look, the only if you look at everybody that was coming at me wrong, look at what they doing. The majority of them was stemming from this movement, the pro-black Pan-African. The majority of them. And then they got the Masons behind them. It's not all Masons, but some of them, okay, to try to beef them up, build up their little egos, and paying for them to make them stay around, to further divide our own people. Yeah, that's right, C.O. Ball Style, stemming back to Martin Luther King, the 1960s. Wasn't nobody talking about no pro-black, Pan-African, nothing until the 1960s. And where has that gotten us so far? Quianti's Pink Closet, I appreciate that. Thank you for doubling up. Durham, North Carolina in the building. I appreciate that, Robert. Thank you for showing love like that. He got on a Walmart button up. I mean, it's not adding up. He doing all this talking and he contradicting himself. He got the nerve to come at me as if I need to be building me. Dane Calloway need to be building schools. What else he say? He said grocery stores, distribution, that I need to do all of that. But I mean, you've been out here for how long now, Jermaine? And I'm talking about you can't name one thing that you built. And the reason why y'all coming at me is because y'all afraid that I will build anything, because it will shut y'all down quickly. Quick, in a heartbeat. Yeah, in hospitals. Yeah, what? Hospitals? I need to be building institutions. It's almost like he working for somebody, right? He want me to build the institutions. But he ain't built one thing yet. None. Not one thing. He only built up his bank. That was it. And that's if it's built up. I mean, but he did run off with that money. He did. Let's be real. He fooled the people. I take the donations that I receive, Shoemaker, and put it into my research. All the time. That's been since day one. I don't ask for y'all better donate. Y'all better donate. I done heard him say that so many times. Y'all not my people. Y'all not donating. I haven't, it's been so long, I can't remember the last time I asked for a donation. Because I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, I never asked for a donation. People were leaning on me in the comments telling me, Dane, where could we donate to you? I tell them, no, thank you, I'm good. And they see me out on the road, going to hotel and stuff like that. They like, know what that stuff costs, Dane, we want to donate to you. See, people are going to be doing it for the authentic people that they actually believe in, that they can actually see that's actually doing something. You made a promise. You led people into a promise that you didn't keep. Now you probably, I don't know what you're doing, and then you begging them for donations at the same time. What is that amounting to? Over all of this time, you've been out here longer than me. All this time, what did it amount to? Now, and here's another thing. They want me to put my plans out in the open. What? So they can take it, take the idea and run with it? No. See, this is the reason why we got the community server. We gonna leave it right there amongst our own people. This is the reason why we got it like that. We never let the right hand know what the left hand doing, and vice versa. You ain't gotta worry about us. Worry about you. And you keep bringing me up because your own chat bringing me up. They letting you know that you scared of me, Umar. You don't want that truth to come out. But regardless, you can't stop it. Regardless. It's a difference between real and fake. And we can clearly see the fake all over you. Shout out to Take All Tyson. Thank you for becoming a member. DJ Perkadelic, feathers up. I see you, brother.
Set it on fire.
I see you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's love right there. Rashawn, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I like how they added that animation joint right there, too. I like how they did that. And Logan Harrison, thank you for becoming a member. That's love right there. 13% is in the building because we're going to do some things that's different from all of these people that's like him. Totally different because it's not about building up. It's really not, Umar. To be honest with you, I agree that we should be having our own. That's one thing I could agree with. And we should be having our own everything. Not just schools, hospitals, and other institutions that you want to throw out there as if you did one yourself and you didn't. Like the banks, for example. That $250,000 that you got years ago could have started a bank. Years ago. Years ago. I don't want to hear it. You shouldn't have pocketed other people's money and they thought it was going to a school that ain't never come. Until years later. It don't take, listen, it don't take that much to build up a school because you talking about one school, not multiple schools. And if they would have seen that school built, maybe teachers would have said, okay, look, you can pay us later. We'll help you. But you ain't going over the curriculums that's going to be taught. Nothing. You're not saying nothing. You just want to build a school for 13, 15 years. And you see that stuff is dying off now. And that's your fault, Umar. Ain't nobody else's fault but yours. Just because you wanted to sell your people short and sell your people out just to bring yourself up. That's horrible. And we all seen that you got married to 2 light-skinned women. Then you went up on that internet and had an interview with Charlamagne. And then you gonna say that never happened? We seen that. Now you not married? And you want to respect women, but you marrying 2 at the same time? As if this is some other country? You set an example for the young boys that you would be teaching? So-called academy? Your mother and father birthed you and raised you as mother and father. Not 2 mothers and 1 father. You disrespecting your own bloodline. You ain't African nowhere.
And it's not all Africans that believe in that. Polygamy. They don't believe in that. Not all of them. Robert Shaw, thank you for being a member. Does he have his degree? I don't know. I don't know if he has his degree or not. I mean, but he said he got it in psychology. That's another thing. So if he does have his degree, he's using reverse psychology on the people that's following him in order to bring himself up. So he's actually using something that he mastered in to bring himself up. That's a serious manipulation game that he's pulling on our own people. And there's other people that's doing the same thing. These people are called con artists, grifters. They're out there putting on a show, putting on a front for the people as if they are these actual people in real life, and they not. Meanwhile, they fattening their pockets up. That's all they doing. It's going right back to their own pockets. It's not going right back to the people. And see, I got my family involved. My entire family is involved. It's me, it's my wife and I doing the research. I'm producing the videos. We're teaching our children now. Everything that I talk about, I practice within my own realm. We pulled our children out of schools years ago, and we created our own at home. I said that I'm not gonna put the business out there, but y'all know, if y'all in the 13% community server, everything that I said I'm gonna do, we did so far. Some of them could have been delayed, but it wasn't about to be no year or two delay or 13-year delay. It ain't gonna be like that. I'm not out here making promises that I can't keep. Somebody went out there and said they're gonna build a museum. And then it turned out to be a nightclub. Like, what? What? Ace Boone Coon, salute. I appreciate that, brother. Then it turned out to be a nightclub. LGTL, I appreciate that, brother. And it's like, I'm like, how long are y'all gonna let these people, slide like this? And I was thinking about it, and I was telling y'all then, I said, it ain't about to be no museum, because he not no scholar. Who is he gonna enlist to put that information inside of a museum? Ain't no way in the world. Just like Umar. These people are not teachers, they're actors. Ain't no way in the world they doing, I'm talking about putting out, they looking at me and writing that stuff down. Real talk, I know that for a fact. So I done caught a few of them regurgitating the same information that I put out. My wife and I researched. Now, if there is a couple, I see a couple of people on YouTube showing, like, giving me props, even though they're repeating what I done already put out, but they're giving me props for that, and I appreciate that. I'm not knocking y'all. Don't take that personally. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about these people. They're betraying our own people. They're not real scholars at all. At all. And it's really time. It's really time to get rid of these type of people out of our communities. It really is. And what's going on right now is that it's happening. And this is the reason why they're so upset with me. Trying to belittle my character, assassinate my character. Stuff like that. Try to make up rumors and all that. Remember they said I was with a white woman? As thick as my wife's tail is, look, I'm gonna keep it professional, but ain't no white woman gonna have no tail like that. Okay, that pretty fake, you out your mind here? Yeah, I'm light skinned, but I ain't gonna be, no, don't get me wrong, it's probably some beautiful white women out there, but I'm just saying, I've been knowing my wife since elementary school. I just ain't know that I was about to be marrying my wife. I mean, I didn't know that I was gonna be marrying my elementary school sweetheart. I ain't know that. Her family know my family, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know that was about to be my wife and my only baby mother. Only. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, what you mean? I married a white woman. I mean, because she's lighter brown skin, you gonna call her white? No, she ain't that light. I mean, goddamn, like, I mean, yellow bone, yeah, but she ain't that white, like that light. Y'all making up lies, and I mean, I was like, wow. They gonna tell me my mother and father was white? I had to put up a picture of my mother and father. My mother was like, nah, but don't put my. I said, Ma, don't worry about it. It's a good picture of you and Dad. I got you. Foo, put it up. I got it. What's up, y'all? Y'all trying to get to know me or something? What is it? What is it?
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Man, it was hilarious to me. They was trying to hurry up and put out a whole bunch of rumors, but they just wasn't quicker than me. What you mean? I ain't got no shame in my game at all. And on the top of that, they tried to, well, he used to be a rapper. Remember that? He used to be a rapper. Look, y'all, there's some videos of him on YouTube. And I could have been took those old videos down of me rapping when I was in my 20s. I said, no, but you know what? Keep them up so they can see the progression. See that I literally changed my life for the better. Out there in them DC streets, it was either you was basketballing, footballing, rapping, or hustling to get out of them streets. I thought rapping was going to be the route. Shoot, I thought football was going to be the route. I thought hustling was going to be the route. When I saw that every single one of them was leading to a brick wall, I had to make a conscious decision amongst myself spiritually to say, look, you know what? Throw all that stuff out because that ain't me. Let me just be me. Let me be Dane Calloway. That's what that was about. And that happened in my early 20s. And they want to throw it. Look, y'all know, he not no historian. He used to be a rapper, a failed rapper. And I'm like, what you mean? Wait a minute. I can still flow. I can still flow. That ain't gone. But that's just not the mission. That's not the mission. The mission right now is I woke up. I want to make everybody else wake up. The real wake up. To think about it now. Think about what you were told before. Look, let me provide some information that you may have never heard before. That's still out there. Okay? That combats that information that you were told. And I dare you to go look it up. Remember? Since day one, I've been saying, I dare you to go look it up. I dare you to prove me wrong. And not one person, not Umar, not Marcus, not none of them. Nobody online has proved me wrong yet. Because they can't. This is the reason why they don't want to do debates. They afraid of what I'm going to bring. No, I mean, because all I could do is bring my mouth. Dane Calloway going to bring paperwork. They scared. They scared, man. Dante, thank you for been a member for 30 months. That's major. Devontae, I appreciate that, Devontae. So hold on, let me hold on. Before I move it on, let me finish finish him. Do I have that? Let me see. Do I have finish him?
Fatality.
Oh no, I got fatality. All right. All right. Oh man.
Brother, why don't you post on LinkedIn? Why do I need to use European platform when I can talk to my sisters directly? Why do I need to use LinkedIn when I can talk to my sisters right now?
Wait a minute. Ain't you using a European? You're using a so-called European platform right now, Umar. Every single one of these things that we're using is owned by allegedly Europeans. What are you talking about?
I'm already linked in, my brother.
Oh.
I don't need LinkedIn.
You already linked in?
I'm already linked in. I'm King Kong. What are you talking about? I'm the most requested, most revolutionary, most relevant black scholar on the face of the earth. I'm already
most relevant black scholar. You know what's questionable is relevancy and scholar. That's questionable, Umar. I debate you on that.
LinkedIn. I don't need LinkedIn, you African.
Then he called him an Africoon. He was talking to somebody in his chat.
And that's it for the internationals. That's it for the internationals. I need traveling secretaries. And I need Team Pan-African. We about to rebirth Team Pan-African.
Look, no, they dead now. He basically admitted that Pan-Africanism is dead, but he trying to rebirth it. Look.
We about to rebirth Team, and let me be clear.
Look, if you got to rebirth it, that means it's dead, right? Right? Am I right or wrong? Killed them.
For the pretendians,
what?
You're not allowed at FDMG. FDMG is for Africans. I want to be clear. The grand opening of the first school in American history built exclusively with African diaspora money. Let me be clear. The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy.
That's the name of his school? You have got to be kidding me.
Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey.
Do not. Oh no. How did he get away with that? Frederick Douglass. First of all, Frederick Douglass ancestors, family are still around. Okay, I'm from Washington, D.C. Okay, I know Frederick Douglass home. I know he was up in the mountains before they started tearing stuff down, and he was living wealthy. You are not a part of Frederick Douglass family. Why are you naming your school after Frederick Douglass? Now, Marcus Garvey, I don't care. You could do it. He's a traitor, so that match up right with you. You can use Marcus Garvey. That the one that was buried in London ain't never stepped foot in Africa. Go ahead. You killing your character, yourself right there. You killing your reputation. But Frederick Douglass, that one that spent quote unquote tens of thousands of dollars of his own money to save the Freedmen Bureau banks, you gonna use him as your name on your academy, your fraud academy? That's low level right there. I wish Frederick Douglass family would hop on him.
Of the first school in American history built exclusively with African diaspora money. Let me be clear.
Built exclusively with Africa diaspora money. So that means y'all money, right? He automatically just throwing y'all in this little group of Africa diaspora, right? Diaspora. This is definitely grifting at its best.
The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy, the first school in American history built exclusively with the African dollar, is only for Africans.
There's no such thing as African dollar. When you go to Africa right now, they're not even using that as their currency. What? There's no such thing as African dollar. What are you talking about?
You are a pretendian.
What?
If you are
right after
ATOS,
that.
If you are an FBA, you are not allowed.
We don't want to go to your academy.
FBA, no disrespect to ADOS. No disrespect to the pretendian nation.
Oh my!
But if you,
how you gonna contradict yourself? But I'm telling you, he don't want no smoke for real. This guy just an actor. That's all he is, young. A hilarious one at that. I'm surprised people actually following this clown. This is hilarious.
Are divisive of the African family, or if you don't,
you are what African family are you a part of? What tribe are you a part of in Africa? Did he ever mention that? Did he ever not only mention it? Did he prove what tribe he was a part of to y'all to make him connect? Did he go visit his family members in Africa? It's been so long, brother. And you still coming up with this African diaspora and all this stupidity. What? He Nigerian? No, don't even give him that. He ain't no Nigerian. I know real Nigerians, and he ain't one of them. That's look, because that would be the easiest thing that he could wear, Nigerian. But back then, that area wasn't even called Nigeria. So what tribe are you originally from? What tribe is your family originally from, Shoemaker? With a last name Shoemaker.
Identify
Come
with the
on,
African
bro.
family. If you are divisive of the African family, or you don't identify with the African family, you are not allowed at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. This is for Africans. No disrespect to none of you.
No disrespect to none of you. All right, I'm done with this clown. That is absolutely hilarious, bro. Like, you gotta, oh man. Bro, you gotta do better than that, bro. Hold on.
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
We just know for a fact that you will not be debating me. Let's end it on that note. You scared.
It's up.
You scared, bruh. Let's end it on that note. Now let's get into some information, right? Oh man, that's sad too. And people actually falling for that clown. You know, I think he got his little degree in psychology. He using it against y'all, reverse psychology. Y'all falling for it. Some of y'all falling for it. Holding on tight. Oh, he gonna save us with this school. Just like I said about that other guy. He gonna save us with a museum. What is a museum in a school gonna do for our people right now? What? Man. Third Eye Century 93. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Contrell Monroe, thank you. I appreciate that. Dropping a bomb for y'all. Steve Evans, he hurting. Yeah, he hurting. He over there hurting, Steve. Shining Star, I appreciate that. Come on. All right, so let's get into this information. You know, watch that go. Never mind. Let me. We already know what's going on. We know that moves is old now, man. It's old now. Now this is a particular video I haven't been over on my channel. I didn't go over this on my channel, and people were asking me to go over this, and you know, they don't, you know, because of certain people and their family members didn't quite understand, and I was like, all right, fine, you know, that's not a problem. But my wife and I traveled to Mobile, Alabama. And I'm okay, Dane, take it from there, Dane.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff that needs to get told, that's not being told. You know, that's the reason why you have people like me that are willing, you know, to go get their hands dirty and get their hands involved in everything that's out here that's going on, so we can make sure that it's true or not. I don't want to be taught lies. I don't want to be taught lies. If you're going to tell the truth, tell the truth. Otherwise, I'm going to think you're hiding something. And that's what I'm here for. Because I automatically knew you were hiding something. I said, no way. And let me come down here now.
All right. Mobile, Alabama. African town. Y'all ready? So this was, I forgot what year this was, but it was at that time where they were trying to claim that they found the Clotilda, the so-called last American slave ship. My wife and I looked at each other and said, we on our way down there right now. I'm talking about traveled there. Okay? And then caught him, and look, and then caught him. And so much, it's so much. it was, I'm gonna make sure I point it out and make sure it gets known to you. And look, and we got more. It was so much stuff that I didn't get a chance to put in this video because I was waiting just to see if they was gonna add some more information out. But we did more. I'm not gonna state what we did, but it's on camera. Just in case they try to go a different route, we got even more after this. But I'm about to play this video. I appreciate that, Miss Juicy. Thank you for gifting the membership. And Dana Mitchell, wow.
It's up.
Miss Dana, I appreciate you, sister. That's major. That's love right there, sis. You ain't have to do all that now, but I appreciate that. That's love right there. Y'all can show some love to the people out there that y'all see that's popping up like that and showing love. If y'all can, do me a favor in the chat and show them love back, y'all. Show them love back. Kevin Bailey, I see you. What's up?
It's up.
It's up. All right, so let's go.
It's go time, Slim. Relax and take notes. Take notes.
Hold on, my music. All right, here we go.
Here, I am in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, now, hold on. Let me let y'all know. Yes, in here, I didn't say Mobile. Trust me, a whole rack of people from Mobile tried to correct me on that. Okay, me being from DC, I came out in here and said Mobile, Alabama. I mean, clearly Mobile, Alabama. Okay, so you gonna hear me say that throughout the video.
In Africa Town, as you can see, right behind me, I have the Old Plateau Cemetery. I'm right here, right beside the cemetery. Right behind me is going to be the resting area. I'm going to go over that, but before I do that, I think it's very important to point out something that is the oldest thing out here. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at behind me. It says Old Plateau. Let me make sure you see this. Old Plateau Cemetery, established 1876. Now, that's very important to note because that's older than anything else out here. And then, of course, the sign in which I'm going to walk up on right now, you're seeing that it's saying Old Plateau Cemetery, African Town Graveyard. So when was it changed to African Town? Now, according to the sign, it says 2010 by the African American Heritage Trail of Mobile. I don't know if you can see that, but that's right behind this thing that says Dora Franklin Finley African American Heritage Trail. Like this is, they're saying that this is a trail, but where's the trail? Where is it?
Wow. And we were out there. I'm just saying. You better not say that it was a trail, and we were there. You better not say that it was a trail inside of that cemetery. No, it wasn't. You better not say that it was the bike trail. Ain't nobody trying to ride their bike through the cemetery. What? But it get deeper. Hold on, it get deeper.
All right, so quickly, I'm going to read off this sign of the actually, I'm going to swing it to it so you guys can see it as we read it. It says the Old Plateau Cemetery, African Town Graveyard. The Old Plateau Cemetery, known as the African Town Graveyard, is the final resting place of enslaved Africans, African Americans, and a Buffalo Soldier. The burial ground dates back to 1876, 16 years after Africans arrived on the Clotilda, which was one of the last documented slave ships to leave Africa for the Americas. The northern area of the graveyard is the older section where the...
Right there, what I'm putting on screen is the area that they're referring to. Okay, this is how they were living. This is not me knocking these people or nothing like that, but I just wanted to let you know that they were in poverty over there. So I'm showing you that's like around the corner for where I was located reading off that sign. It's like 2 seconds away, like literally.
Remains of Clotilda survivors have been found through an archaeological preservation project directed by the College of William and Mary. Certain things are engraved in the tombstones that they're going to say. Now, it's about 95 degrees out here, so you're going to see the sun beaming on me a lot, guys. But I'm going to have footage rolling where you can see this area. These are actual people that are here, and I'm not going to sit here and say that they're not African, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say that. I'm not going to sit here and say that ships didn't arrive, or Africans, rather, didn't arrive here. I'm not going to say that neither. I never did. What I'm telling you is that it wasn't that many. So these people could be African, and everybody else is what? See? And everybody else is what?
Woo! See? That's a big deal, okay? So I'm just saying, if those people are Africans, everybody else is what? Because and this is a lengthy video. We're gonna go into it because I'm gonna get into it even further. My wife and I, we cracked the code on them. They were trying to hide some things. I'm gonna show you. Tyson, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, Tyson. And eye view, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a beautiful eye, by the way. I like that. Lions Den Legal. Thank you. I appreciate that, family. And Janice Jackson, shout out to the Jacksons. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. Come on, let's go.
Now, I mean, you changed this name, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, because I could tell that you changed this name, because that sign is older than this one. And I can tell that says Old Plateau Cemetery, established 1876. And the way it looks, I can tell that sign is older than this one.
This is
and
the even right around the corner.
The date when this historic marker was placed here, it says 2010. I'm going to double check. I'm going to make sure that wasn't changed.
And it was changed. You're going to see that. Everything down there was changed for a reason.
And I'm also going to take you guys to an area where I think they're going to be having the center located. I'm going to go over there really quickly. It's just like 2 seconds right here.
All right, now, this is the cutoff road. If you go up the street from here, that's where I'm located. Like, I'm talking about, y'all, it's right after this. And the cemetery part, the center where it was supposed to be located is right here. And the cemetery is on the right-hand side as soon as you come up Cutoff Road. Now, this is the area that's beside all of that where you saw me standing. This is where they were located, on the side, in Chin Street. So I was just showing you that. Like, that's missing. Now, you heard my wife a little bit. Now, this is gonna jump to the part where they were supposed to put a center there for the African town. This is how you know all of this African stuff was brand new. But watch.
I'm going to take you guys to an area where I think they're going to be having the center located. I'm going to go over there really quickly. It's just like 2 seconds right here.
Well, that's missing.
Now, my wife is indicating to me that this was the center. See, this is a ruin. Excuse me, hon. This is a ruin here, and you could tell that there was a brick building there. And you could definitely tell that a building was here. This is a walkway where you could walk up the steps. Somebody, a wheelchair. This is wheelchair accessible right here. You can come up here, come around, and it will lead to that. But right behind that, if you could tell, that's a house. I'm going to show you what house that is right here in a second. Like right now, probably. You're probably seeing a house.
That's where it was right there. That's the way it was. Now, do I say this in this video? I'm not trying to give it away because I'm going to tell you what that was at first. Let me tell you anyway. At first, this was a police station, a subdivision, like a subdivision for a police station, and they weren't paying rent, and they kicked them out, and they tore this down. This never became the African Town Welcome Center. So I'm jumping, but you're gonna hear me mention that.
That's crazy. So apparently it was here, okay? But look at all this grass, all behind it. I don't know why they're saying that this is a future site. At this sign it says African Town. Well, hold on. Let me get this side first, because this side look newer. It says future home of the African Town Welcome Center. Keep in mind, this is right beside the graveyard. I don't know if you guys can see the graveyard.
See, it's right across the street.
But that's the area that the, which one was the Mobile University that came and cleaned it? Oh, here we go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
the grass was up too high. The Mobile University came and eventually started cutting that grass down. This was a very unkept area at first, and they just recently did that. I think it was like 3 months prior to us coming down there. They just recently did that. They all volunteered to cut that grass. And that pathway right there is not the trail that they're referring to, because it's not going anywhere else. This is strictly to go in the back of the cemetery. That's it. It's a one-way strip.
To a point where nobody could see it, and the grass was up too high. But back to the sign. African Town Welcome Center, Plateau, right? It got the phone number there, but it said in the address, but it says open Thursday the 5th, Monday through, hold on. Huh? Monday through Friday?
See, I didn't.
Hold on, open.
At that time, I didn't have it. It says open 9 through 5, Monday through Friday. I didn't have it at that time.
Something.
So that's why I'm showing you all. And the picture is old. That's why it looked like that.
Thursday, 5, Monday through...
Look how it ran down.
I don't know. Now, all of a sudden, you found the boat? Where? What about it? Look at the ruins.
Now, keep in mind, this is right beside the... Oh, should I tell y'all? Yeah, I mean, y'all gonna see. It's right beside the bridge. Right beside the area where they're saying they found the boat. But the area where they found the boat, y'all, look. They didn't find no boat. I'm gonna just...
Look at this.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going.
Look at this. That's brand new sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Something was back here. A building that was removed.
You heard my wife?
Something was back here. A building that was removed. Somebody had to
do this together. Hey, shout out to my wife. We do this together.
Call them out on something. Oh, man. Hold on. What is this? Thomas, Mr. Thomas, something. And I'm going to do more research on who these people are.
And I did. It's going to be later on in this video. Y'all going to know who these people are.
I don't know who these people are, but their head is gone.
I'm going to show you what these people are.
Somebody chopped some heads off.
And I ain't going to lie, that's kind of disrespectful. I'm not going to lie. Regardless, that's disrespectful. Okay? Somebody chopping heads off or trying to knock this down. I ain't like that. I don't like the way that look.
So both of those people, look at this. Somebody did that. But look at all this space. Something was here.
Mm-hmm.
You could definitely see the outline of the building. Clearly. Look at the walkway.
That's the parking lot of that same area. I'm showing you that it had fresh parking lot. Brand spanking new. Thank you, Stacey Adams. I appreciate that.
Something happened. They did something right off of the bridge, too.
Yeah, matter of fact, you see the bridge. Hold on. Well, one of them.
Something happened.
The reason is, okay, the light is right there. They able to come off the bridge right here. This is not the main one, though. The other one is to the far right. Like, if you come out of here, you make it right. Once you make it right, that's the main bridge that you're about to see.
They did something right off of the bridge, too. They hiding something. So, guys, this is what I wanted to do.
This is the bridge, and this is what you see. Now you go, and if you watch closely, look at this. Look at what I'm going to show you right here, so you can see what happened that we didn't put in the video all the way. We keeping some stuff, but this is where they said they found the Clotilda. All of this is about to get explained now. Watch this.
I wanted to come out here and investigate. Of course, I'm with my wife, which is lovely. I love the fact that I'm with my wife. We're doing this type of thing. I'm so glad that she's interested in that, too, because this is what we love to do. And came out here, come to find out, the water is further away from here, number one. Number two, they have it all blocked off by industrial facilities. Let me say it that way. It's not open to the public. Let me say that. It's not open to the public. I'm talking about it's all industrial. I'm going to have the fume rolling. It's all industrial. And I said to myself, I was going to take a risk and go down there. Now, as far as the pieces are concerned.
Hold up. I said I was going to take a risk and go down there. I'm going to just leave it like that.
Where this last slave ship is, nowhere near to be found. Now, the boat, nowhere near to be found. All of those news reporters that are stating.
See, look how they in the water right now. And look at this big one.
No, they did not. They are lying. They didn't find nothing.
Now to a truly historic discovery in southern Alabama, where the last known slave ship to arrive in the United States has been found.
The wreck of the last ship to transport African slaves to the U.S. may have been found.
Environmental and investigative reporter Ben Raines believes this is the resting place of the Clotilda, the last ship to bring slaves from Africa to North America.
All of those those news reporters that are stating that they found the boat, no, they did not. They are lying. They didn't find nothing.
Look at that boat right here. This is a cargo ship. I'm telling y'all, once y'all realize what's further right here, closer to, keep in mind it's going to be on your right-hand side, no person without authentication can come down there. It's all blocked off. It's all industrial, gated up. And I'm going to show you one side. I'm going to show you the left side.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep up the narrative, you know, of the so-called transatlantic slave trade. That's what they're trying to do. So I'm down here. I'm going to have more footage rolling, and I'm definitely going to continue talking with you guys off camera. So just listen to me. I'm going to break everything down.
My parents.
Now, he's in front of the cemetery. Look at where he's located. Remember I showed you that same, well, I mean, I guess you could call this the trail, but it's not that trail that they're referring to on the historic marker. That's in order for you to go into the cemetery, and it stops. So you know where they located, where they're giving this interview. They're right where we were, right in front of the so-called area that was supposed to be the so-called center, African Town Center.
Grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-grandparents.
And he used to be a famous baseball player, if I recall. Was he baseball? I believe he was a famous baseball player, and I forgot what baseball, like he was literally doing well for himself, and he was living in this area. But listen to what he said, though, because he said something key that I made sure that it replayed.
And that they were some of the pioneers.
Oh, no, hold on.
Off camera, so just listen to me. I'm going to break everything down.
My parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-grandparents lived in this community, and that they were some of the pioneers of this community.
His great-grandparents lived in this community. He said his parents, his grandparents, his great-grandparents, his great-great-grandparents lived in that community. They were the pioneers of that community. Listen.
And as a matter of fact, they was in this community when the flotilla landed. They was in this community when the flotilla landed.
Now, this gentleman, Mr. Jones, was a famous baseball player. He's telling you that his folks was there when the Clotilda landed.
He was in this community when the Clotilda landed.
Oh, they saying that he played for the Nets. He played for the New York Mets. Okay, yeah. LA Dodgers. Hold up, yeah. Which one is it? He probably played for both. But I know he was a famous baseball player. I know that for a fact. One of them teams, the Mets. The Mets, yeah, notice how he said landed. That's true. Landed. As if it was a plane. But I'm just saying, this is what he's saying. He's saying that his folks was there. They were already in the community when the Clotilda landed.
When the Clotilda landed.
Here we go.
On March 4th, 1860, an alleged cargo ship sailed from Mobile, Alabama to the Kingdom of Dahomey, also known as Whydah. Formerly the Kingdom of Whydah is a city on the coast of Benin. William Foster was the captain that was alleged to have purchased these West Africans from their employers of this land, now known as Benin, on May 15th, 1860.
This is an image that they're trying to give you as if this was real. As if this was real. Now, okay, so everybody's sitting down on this one, huh? And he was able to purchase this. I wonder how much. Where did he get that money from? A whole bunch of stuff, but I'm just letting you know the story that they're giving us, and then we're going to go into it.
It was said that Foster brought an estimated 100 to 110 Aboriginal Africans back to Mobile, Alabama on July 9th, 1860.
So, 110. This is the story that they're giving us, that he brought back 100 to 110 Africans back to Mobile, Alabama.
Which makes it a 4-month and 5-day journey.
4 months and 5-day journey. Y'all, if they didn't tell y'all how they did this, you know it's crap here. How? 40 to 50 days just to get there. 40 to 50 days just to get back. But this is what they saying. They gonna say it's a 4-month or 5-day journey, y'all. And I'm talking about the cargo ships take 40 to 50 days right now just to get to Africa and back. That's why when you try to book a cargo ship to go to Africa, that you got to do it within a 3-month span. You can only book it within a 3 months. You can look this up right now. This is happening right now. Ain't nothing changed.
National Geographic Society claims that a mobile landowner and a lead ship 1860, which makes it a 4-month and 5-day journey. The National Geographic Society claims that a mobile landowner and a lead shipbuilder named Timothy Meir, quote, allegedly wagered several northern businessmen $1,000 that he could smuggle a cargo of Africans into Mobile Bay under the nose of federal officials, end quote. It was said that Timothy, along with his brother, Burns Meir, John Dabney, and other co-conspirators invested money together in order to hire a crew and a captain to go to Africa and buy enslaved Africans. The story goes on to say that
now this is where they, what's that? The Woman King? This is what they're talking about. In the Woman King, they're referring to these white folks that arrived. If you watch the Woman King movie, they're referring to Dahomey and Benin. That's what they're talking about. This story right here, though. But just keep in mind, they were all speaking English in that movie, weren't they? But back then, what language were they speaking to communicate with Africans in order to buy enslaved Africans at that time? And we talking about these people never seen pale faces before. They're going to get along right away? Something not adding up. How are they communicating? Where is, somebody said it earlier, the water supply. Where's that stuff on their boat? For them to survive, just to come back, just to get there. And then come back. They're going to act as if they had some contact over there? Did they have some contact over there? Well, hey, no, I know this guy. His name is such and such. We gonna be good. We got to meet him here. None of that is explained. They leave it up to you to use your imagination. To use your imagination to say, okay, well, this is how they got this stuff done. And then they smuggled 110 into Mobile, Alabama. Something not right with the story. Moon Rock, thank you. I appreciate that. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. All right. My notifications wasn't popping up on my side. All right, there we go. Thank you, Moon Rock. And Delayla Buckley, I appreciate that, sister. And welcome back. I appreciate you joining as well. And Lafayette, brother. Wow. Wow.
It's up.
Brother Lafayette showing love again, brother. You don't have to do that, brother. And I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that. That's major. That's love right there. Dominion. Brother. That's love right there. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank you, brother. Y'all being generous out there. But listen, I want y'all to see, because keep in mind, I'm telling y'all what they're telling us as far as the story. But they're not making it make sense. They're telling you bits and pieces in order for you to fill in the gaps by way of your use of imagination to tell you that this is how it went down. And on top of that, there's another story. I wonder if I got it in here. There's another story where it was just going right back to William Foster, stating that he did all of this. In fact, I believe I mentioned both of them right here. I think I already did that. So I told you William Foster version. Now I'm telling you his version. So it is two stories of this. And they both not making sense.
That they used Timothy Meir's ship, which was designed for lumber trade, known as the Clotilda, to travel back and forth across the Atlantic Ocean during the hot and humid summer months of 1860. Now, the Smithsonian claims that Captain William Foster was the shipbuilder.
Right.
End quote.
Okay, so now I'm telling you right here, I'm pointing it out. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to tell you William Foster's story. So this is the second one. This is the second story that they're going to tell you about the Clotilda ship.
Humid summer months of 1860. Now, the Smithsonian claims that Captain William Foster was the shipbuilder and, quote, then ordered the Clotilda taken upstream, burned, and sunk to conceal the evidence of their illegal activity. However, it was also mentioned in a book called Dreams of Africa in Alabama, the slave ship Clotilda, and the story of the last Africans brought to America, published in 2007 by French author Sylvia Anna Diouf, that William Foster claimed that also at a later time that the ship had been sold for $6,000.
What a French author doing with this information? Hold up, what is a French author doing with this information? Hold up, huh? They not from here.
But the National Geographic Society says a totally different story, stating that, quote, after the voyage, Captain Foster burnt Clotilda to the waterline and sank the ship in about 20 feet of water in the Mobile River.
Notice how their stories contradicting each other.
According to the later attempts to hide her location, included using dynamite to blast the wreck. Archaeologists have found the wreck buried in silt using 3D scanners, magnetometers, and other technology, end quote.
And other technology, you mean to tell me that y'all couldn't take a camera that's waterproof nowadays that could record 60 frames per second in 4K resolution down in that water to record what y'all found? Somebody lying.
Sounds like the project was funded pretty well.
And it was funded pretty well.
Dynamite to blast the wreck. Archaeologists have found the wreck buried in silt using 3D scanners, magnetometers, and other technology, end quote. Sounds like the project was funded pretty well.
Yeah, 20
So
feet.
you would think that the hired scuba diver would capture at the very least a 4K resolution, 60 frames per second underwater video of this alleged discovery, right? But instead, they are limited to just a few pictures of some unidentifiable objects as their evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this is the actual remains of Clotilda.
I'm just saying, y'all, this is what they showed y'all. They showed y'all this as the remains of Clotilda, y'all. This is what they saying right here. Not no ship. This. As if they were there when the Clotilda was built and can recognize it by bits and pieces here. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of y'all falling for this. Nav, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna drop a bomb for you, Nav. Appreciate that. Thank you for being generous. Here we go. Let's continue.
Doubt that this is the actual remains of Clotilda?
I'm just saying, come on, bro. Like, for real? For real? You gonna say this is Clotilda right here? Look, y'all know this was a part of Clotilda. This is BS. Bad sociology. That's what this is.
Asking what was the smoking gun moment?
Oh, and listen to this guy. Woo! I'm so glad I played this. Listen to how he talks. Fast talker here. Watch.
You had all this stuff lining up, but at the end, what it really boiled down to was, so how do you point out that this...
Notice how they got a camera. They setting him up to get mic'd up. We know this is a setup. They got a big camera. This probably a black magic camera. This probably like 20K. They setting him up with a microphone just to grab some stories, and they hired this so-called archaeologist to talk to the news media. Allegedly, he's informative. Listen, on the history of certain boats, but especially the Clotilda, as if he lived back then. But listen to how he talked. Look, y'all, watch.
Asking what was the smoking gun moment? You had all this stuff lining up, but at the end, what it really boiled down to was, so how do you point out that this wreck is one...
that this wreck
that you can put a name on out of over 1,500 of them.
That you could put a name on it out of 105,000 of them.
In the Gulf at that time.
In the Gulf at that time. Woo! Hold on. How can you do that? Did he ever answer that question?
Out of over 1,500 of them in the Gulf at that time. Okay. So we pulled every record for every one of those.
They pulled every record for every one of those. Listen to what he's saying.
Vessels, including the archives, and looked at all of them. Okay. And looked at all of them.
Okay. They looked at all the records now. We never seen these records before. Because if we have, how come these records wasn't shared to the slavevoyagers.org right now? How come ain't nobody can produce a record, right? I'm talking about authentic primary record on these boats right now. But he somehow was able to pull it? From where? He just gonna say from the archives. Archives of what? He hurried up and said that. Look.
You had all this stuff lining up. But at the end, what it really boiled down to was, so how do you point out that this wreck is one that you can put a name on out of over 1,500 of them in the Gulf at that time? And out of over 1,500 of them in the Gulf at that time. Okay. So we pulled every record for every one of those vessels, including the archives, and looked at all of them. Okay. And looked at all of them. Okay. And
so he enthusiastically is telling you that he looked at all of them. No evidence of that. We don't see it. How come we don't see the records? How come you don't put those records up? We just got to go off of word of mouth. No, come on, stick a white man out there, y'all, old white man, and know what he talking about. That sound like he know what he talking about.
We analyzed it and sorted it through as scientists do, but in the end,
we analyzed it and sort of do what scientists do.
Pulled every record for every one of those vessels, including the archives, and looked at all of them. Okay. And looked at all of them. Okay. And we analyzed it and sorted it through as scientists do. But in the end, what was really interesting is Clotilda was one of several that were built that big and to carry that much. One of only 5 of those that had been built to be insured to a certain standard. And in the end, there's only one schooner out of over 1,500 in the Gulf through that entire period. There's 86 feet long, by 23 feet, by almost 7 feet deep, and that could carry 120 tons. And that is what is sitting in the Mobile River.
Wait a minute, but they didn't find that. They found bits and pieces. Look, y'all. Look, it looked like something they found as a shaft. He's telling you the description of Clotilda. He's not telling you that that's what they found. Those bits and pieces could have went to any boat. Any boat. But just because he sound like he know what he talking about, he gave a description really quickly. Speed walking through it here. What's those guys called when they do a car auction? So that guy, that's what he just did right there. Hurried up and got that out the way.
A slave wrecks project scuba.
Look at that. Come on, bro. Out of all of that talking, you talk about describing the length and everything, slave and you got this,
wrecks.
And you gonna say that that's the Clotilda? You gonna say that this is the Clotilda? And this is what you got? I would love to know what each piece is. How come they ain't tell us that? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is that? What is it?
Project scuba diver by the name of Kamu Sadiki stated that, quote, there are no photographs of the site where the Clotilda was found or of the wreck itself.
Woo! Well, now, hold up. Wait a minute. So now there are no photographs of the site where the Clotilda was found or of the wreck itself. This is the scuba diver that went to go look for it. Look. Right in the beginning. Hold up. There are no photographs of the site where the Clotilda was found or of the wreck itself. The ship wasn't very deep. 8 to 10 feet at the most. Remember, they said 20. Which one is it? but the conditions are sort of treacherous. Oh, let me.
His ship wasn't very deep, 8 to 10 feet at the most, but the conditions are sort of treacherous. Visibility was almost zero, and there's some current, but the most important thing is that you're among wreckage that you cannot see. There's a whole host of possibilities to being injured, from being impaled to getting snagged and so forth. This indicates that there was no...
So he couldn't find it. He couldn't see. He like, it's so much, it's dangerous. Why am I going, I'm not about to be going another 10 feet just to verify some pieces. I'm not about to be doing that. Y'all not paying me enough. That's what he said, basically.
Snagged and so forth. This indicates that there was no real possibility that he, or anyone else for that matter, can determine what was underwater due to the lack of visibility and dangerous, inhumane conditions that hinders the investigation. So, there was no discovery of Clotilda.
Now, I played this because this was the first guy. I'm trying to remember what he was. The first guy that claimed that he found the Clotilda. But we noticed, my wife and I, should I say that right now? I wonder if I should say that right now. He was working, I'm gonna just say this. He was working for a particular organization. He was getting ready to lose his house. He was desperate. He was getting ready to lose his house, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm gonna just skip all that and just say that he was desperate. He got paid off, made up a lie. Then they kept it moving. That was it. And then a year later is when they did their own investigation after they followed up with his. He was a reporter. Wreck found by a reporter. Maybe last American slave ship. That happened in 2018. Okay? Then they followed up with it. Wanted to keep the story going.
Physically, just only hopes and wishes.
They found out a way to make money. That's what they did.
Dangerous, inhumane conditions that hinders the investigation.
This is a reporter.
There was no discovery of Clotilda physically, just only hopes and wishes for attention grabbing and possible income opportunities by way of experimenting through social engineering.
Look at that. Look at that. How can you look, y'all?
This so-called transatlantic slave trade story, along with the pseudoscientific theory that groups of thousands of undocumented
What they just, was that a camera up on the
so-called transatlantic slave trade story, along with the pseudoscientific...
Is that a camera? What is that? Hold up, what is that?
Along with the pseudoscientific theory.
Man, I'm trying to pause
along with the pseudo...
What is that? What is that?
Scientific theory that groups of thousands of undocumented enslaved West African native people immigrated to lands in North America derived from the...
All of that. In a shipwreck graveyard. You could be able to, out of all of those boats, you could be able to point out bits and pieces that was allegedly tied to the Clotilda.
Of a German descendant anthropologist by the name of Melville Herskovits.
That's right.
A very familiar name that you may recall me mentioning during multiple segments that I have previously published on my channel. Herskovits is the sole author of the 2 volumes of a book entitled Dahomey, an Ancient West African Kingdom, which was published in 1938. Other public sources indicates that a French author also wrote similar fictional allegations in 1911.
Just in case y'all need this, y'all know I'll be getting it. I'm gonna pause it right here just in case y'all want to look up the French author that came out with that story first. Notice how that other French author I pointed out earlier in this video just so happened to be talking about Mobile, Alabama. Wait a minute, what they doing? What Paris doing? They not even from here. What you mean? I wonder if it's in the fictional section. I'm just saying.
Of thriving West African rulership who traded off their prisoners of war or employees with palefaces that traveled here in transient status in hopes of deporting the newly indentured servants back to North America. In fact, the area in Mobile, Alabama that was chosen to be called Africa Town was originally known as just simply Plateau. Or rather, Plateau, Alabama.
That was the original name of it. Okay? That was the original name.
In the early 1860s until the late 1940s. Then a much smaller section of the same area later became known as Lewis Quarters in the 1940s. After the passing of Charlie Lewis, a duly noted so-called African man who was said to be the last surviving immigrating passenger.
Now that's the bus. That's one of them. So now I'm showing you Cujo Lewis, aka Cujo Lewis. So Charles Lewis, that was one of the bus.
Aboard the Clotilda, dropped upon unfamiliar lands, which meant that he lived his life.
The statue stood to your right.
As a squatter, so just like
basically, yeah, or to your right. So I'm gonna go over the other one too. So now you know what's going on. That's just one of them.
Other incoming pale-faced foreigners that migrate.
Hold on, go back. Go back. All right, hold on. I'll go back. So right here in the Plateau, in Plateau, Alabama. Before it was Mobile, Alabama, it was called Plateau, Alabama. A small section in Plateau, Alabama. Listen to that word plateau. Listen here. A smaller section was called Lewis Quarters.
The late 1940s. Then a much smaller section of the same area later became known as Lewis Quarters in the 1940s. After the passing of Charlie Lewis, a duly noted so-called African man who was said to be the last surviving immigrating passenger that was aboard the Clotilda.
Now, that's his bus.
Dropped upon unfamiliar lands, which meant that he lived his life as a squatter, just like other incoming pale-faced foreigners that migrated here to the Americas. John Henry Smith was a Mississippi native that had a master's degree of arts and counseling. He only became familiar with the storyline of the Clotilda as he worked on a design project for the Africa Town Cochrane Bridge, alongside Senator Michael A. Figures, an Alabama senator from the 33rd District.
I'll be giving it to you. All right, hold on, wait. John was also
arts and counseling. He only became familiar with the storyline of the Clotilda as he worked on a design project for the Africa Town Cochrane Bridge, alongside Senator Michael A. Figures, an Alabama senator from the 33rd District. John was also credited with establishing the Africa Town USA Project with Bishop Henry C. Williams and the Progressive League in the year 1980, in which he decided to go a political route by joining the Republican Party and running for mayor of Pritchard, Alabama that same year.
Pritchard, Alabama that same year. Now he's the other bus.
What's very important to note is that John's campaign promise, the Think Pritchard campaign, was,
you can look all this up, the Think Pritchard campaign,
quote, an awakening of citizens once at sleep concerning the future of the city as a place to live, work, and shop. The campaign was established to bring about an increased regional awareness and appreciation for the cultural, historic, geographic, and investment value of the city of Pritchard.
So he thought this was a way to bring up the value.
It was said that John stated that, quote, each city must produce itself a character and reputation by which it is known.
So you had to produce, each city must produce for itself a character and reputation. And the reason why I put that right there, because I meant to say for itself. Each city must produce for itself a character and reputation by which it is known.
He was perceiving that the economic recovery of Pritchard was connected with the historical significance of the last known slave ship to land in the United States.
So that was his excuse. He felt as though they should run with that
in order to build the city of Pritchard up.
According to the Library of Congress, there are records that indicates that a bill was introduced various times within the 1980s.
Within the 1980s, a bill was introduced, and this is around the corner. I'm showing y'all the land area. I mean, we went everywhere. But watch this. I'm about to put it up. You can still look this up.
Introduced as a bill to establish a national historic park at Africa.
Woo! I dare you. I dare you, Pan-Africans, Pan-Goofies. 1983, 1984, H.R. 1246, a bill to establish a National Historic Park at Africatown, USA, Pritchard and Mobile, Alabama. Introduced February 3rd, 1983. This was all political.
Africatown, USA. But none of these bills were ever passed in Congress, nor ever became lawful.
No, none of these bills were ever passed in Congress, nor became law. So now you know why it was ran down. They didn't get their approval.
So Africatown was never officially established as a National Historic Site in 2012, as some may assume.
See there?
During the month of February in 2013.
That's the front of it. That's the gate. And the other gate, the other side of this gate was, and it said Africatown on the gate. I ain't gonna lie, that Africatown gate would have been nice, but the other side of it was on the ground.
Author Malcolm Logan stated, quote, Africatown will not be a National Historic Site. The cabins are all gone. The people are all dead. You cannot preserve.
See, that's the other side, and it says Africa at the top. That was on the ground. Somebody knocked it down. And that's a all metal gate. So that had to have been something, because look how it's attached. Okay? But anyway, listen to what this guy's saying.
Author Malcolm Logan stated, quote, Africatown will not be a National Historic Site. The cabins are all gone. The people are all dead. You cannot preserve an idea.
An idea. You cannot preserve an idea. An idea. Malcolm Logan went in.
End quote. So, John Henry Smith's campaign promise was either a lie or just something that was truly never meant to be taken seriously in the first place. As the progression of millions of dollars became more fluent for the community from the revenue gained by surrounding industrial facilities like the International Paper Company plant that sat adjacent to Africatown, for example.
Yes, they noticed that the industrial facilities that they created made more money for them than some idea to create an Africatown along with the story to go with it. Because see, they were trying to attract tourists. Remember, I told you tourism is the #2 money maker in a lot of these stories. Okay, when it comes to Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, it goes down the list. Even Frederick Douglass was a tourist attraction. His home is a tourist attraction still to this day. You know, they saw other people making money off of particular stories and they ran with it. But it didn't work in Pritchard. It didn't work in Mobile neither.
Mind you, the original economic plan was to generate revenue in order to build the area into a long-term prosperous.
It's always about money. Always. These folks been making up lies this entire time in order to garner money.
For its community, and a short visit to a planned welcome center and maybe a national park will attract a heavy flux of attention from sightseers and travelers to the area in order to generate a rapid growth of wealth over time. No. However, large corporations of industrial facilities
this the other side of that bridge. I'm showing y'all a hint of what we got right here. Notice how you couldn't go? It's blocked off. You couldn't get over there.
Miles long along the Mobile Bay.
I'm just showing you. I'm talking about along the Mobile Bay. They got it blocked off to the public. Okay, I'll just show you. You see, we see us pull it up. Then you gonna see us turn around. I ain't gonna show nothing else.
Would do so to the tune of $20 billion in 1983.
Hazardous cargo prohibited in tunnel.
The Africatown Welcome Center was originally a trailer or rather a mobile home, that was said to have been used as a temporary headquarters for one of the city's police precincts illegally, due to the structure being originally designed for residential use only. In 2012, this mobile home was also illegally used as a welcome center for Africa Town and was eventually removed from its location in Plateau due to not being in legal condition for commercial use by Alabama state law. And to date, the Welcome Center for African Town has still not been erected 7 years later. The previous sign, which had the phone number and the business hours for the previous Welcome Center, had been turned to face away from the public. The iron wrought gate that read Africa Town across it had one side of it torn off, and the area sits vacant and dilapidated, while a new sign reads, Future Home of the African Town Welcome Center, across the front of it. But my question is, if this was in fact a valuable story with creditable information to back it, why has it taken so long to reach the public? Why did it take so long for the book, which has allegedly held the account of one of the last known survivors, given to Zora Neale Hurston in 1927?
This is what they saying. This story was given to Zora Hurston in 1927, and then
why is it just now being published 91 years later?
91 years
and
later.
How is it that so comfortably and coincidentally
they published it 91 years later, but they putting it on her as if she made it, so you can feel comfortable that Aniji made it and crafted that story that she was interviewing Charles Lewis. Everybody fell for that. Something that you could adopt. But keep in mind that a lot of our enemies look like you and I. And they can be used to sell their people out with ease.
A ship to go with it has just been recently found.
That's an aerial view of the bridge.
91 years later. And how is it that so comfortably and coincidentally, a ship to go with it has
That's the bridge right there that you saw us going across, and it come down. And we were right here. We stopped on this side to show y'all that it was gated up. Okay? Then we came back, and I ain't gonna, that's it. I ain't gonna say nothing
just
else.
Been recently found.
Look at that. That's it. Remember, they took a picture of these 4 pieces. And these 4 pieces are what? What? We talking about a wooden stick, some 2 iron rods, and a rock. What the hell are you talking about? And they talking about something. This is Clotilda. Stop playing.
Over the top happy about it. I always believed that it was out there, so I am just so ecstatic about it.
Representative Bradley Byrne also issued the following statement yesterday saying, quote, "This is a significant day for the people of Africa Town, but also for Alabama and our nation. The discovery comes after archaeologists thought they found the ship along the banks of the Mobile River in 2018, but over a year and a half later, the ship was found off 12 Mile Island in the Mobile River Delta."
Don't forget, I just told you. See how they thought they found it in 2018? And then they're going to say that they allegedly found it a whole year and a half later? Further away?
Yes, it is Clotilda.
Womack and Cleon Jones are from Africa Town, the Mobile community settled by the Clotildas' freed slaves.
They didn't find an old slip. They found history. They didn't find an old slip. They found history. They didn't find an old
ship. And I gave you the transcript. They didn't find an old ship. They found history. Okay. I mean, and yeah, he do got the Nets hat on right here.
Found history. They didn't find an old slip. They found history.
I mean, a lot of truth is coming out that brother.
Did not know when we began that this is one of the few undredged stretches of the Mobile River. If it's never been dredged, it's probably something like a shipyard graveyard, a shipwreck graveyard. So we found 14 separate wrecks.
So there were 14.
A shipwreck graveyard. They found 14 separate wrecks. Wait a minute. Go back to that story. Didn't they say it was burnt up? One of the stories said they burnt it. They set it on fire, right? But if it's in a shipwreck graveyard, you can't determine that it's anything. I'm talking about bits and pieces of any boat. Y'all lying.
15 wrecks that were found, a couple of them had been previously seen, and we were able to reconfirm the now completely buried and intact wrecks of the Confederate ironclad CSS Huntsville in Tuscaloosa. We also found river structures built in the 1850s as part of the control and improving navigation on the Mobile River. And the 14 wrecks, well, we don't have names on any of those yet. 14 wrecks, well, we don't have names on any of those yet. But what we do know, in terms of sorting this out, some of them are iron or steel barges that date from the last part of the 1800s up to the early 1900s. Two of them appear to be iron or steel sailing ships, almost clipper formed. The type of ships that sailed in the 1870s or 80s, but by the time of World War I, were being used as barges to carry.
See, look, all he doing is giving you stories. That's it. But he holding up bits and pieces of wood. Come on, man.
Timber out of Mobile. The first wreck found is a large, probably four-masted wooden schooner, maybe had a motor, that was also used in that lumber trade, but had been built on the West Coast. And then there's Clotilda. The reality is that Clotilda was the first vessel put into what we now know is a graveyard of ships in that portion of the Mobile River. And a comprehensive catalog is how you get to the point where you finally go to one wreck and you say, okay, might be, let's prove it's not. And when you can't prove it's not, and you reach that point where the evidence stacks up, then you're left with one conclusion.
Then you're left with one conclusion. They made it up. They made it up entirely. Okay? Made it up entirely. So, and of course, my wife and I do have more, and we were waiting for them to put out more. We're still waiting for them to put out more. If they lie, I'm talking about if they turn around and lie about anything else, we got more than that. We got more than just making them shoot themselves in their foot. Because that's basically what they were doing. So we let them debunk themselves. That's what we did. Well, I mean, because of course we went even further. So you now know both the little stories that they tried to give you that's attached to this. And then on top of that, they tried to reconfirm everything with the movie to try to give you the other side of what was going on in the Dahomey. Okay, with that Woman King movie. But they never, they leaving so many loopholes in those stories. Once again, in order for you to use your own imagination to fill in the blanks. Like right now, it's probably going to be people thinking that these folks right here knew sign language and was going to come over to Africa and use sign language as if they knew sign language and Dahomey. And they were able to communicate. See, look how they leave it up to y'all to fill in the blank. They're not going to tell you that about nothing. They just leaving it up to you. Critical information that needs to be known. Smuggling Africans into America so the feds won't see them. They gonna hide in the Mobile Bay when all those industrial facilities are wide open and everybody can see what's going through there. And you gonna dump out 100 people and allegedly in Africa town and ain't nobody gonna notice that? You lying. If 100 people walk out of a grocery store, we gonna notice that. If 100 people walk out of I'm talking about at one time, walk out of a gas station, we gonna notice that. Somebody gonna notice it. But let's hurry up and burn the evidence. And then years later, they gonna turn around and say that that's the Clotilda. Bits and pieces of wood, an iron rod, that's the Clotilda. Get out of here. And they made sure that they hired a so-called archaeologist that's familiar with these stories that could regurgitate information as far as descriptions are concerned, put him on camera, paid him an arm and a leg so he could be the mouthpiece. Yet everybody else, including himself, is shooting themselves in the foot. And the people that were actually there, like the brother Mr. Jones, was telling you it wasn't no boat. And they've been there before Clotilda landed. As if Clotilda was some type of plane. I mean, the terminology should have been arrived. I mean, something, but I mean, he said landed, you know. It is what it is. I'm not gonna knock that brother. You know, they probably paid him a couple thousand to say, hey, put that story out there. we gonna get you on camera since you've been here, same thing with your family. They didn't ask some critical questions. They just, you know, asked him a few questions just to confirm that he from that area. That's it. They didn't know what he was gonna say. That wasn't on script. That wasn't on script. But yeah, man, that's like, I dare, and Umar, you know, Jermaine Shoemaker, I dare you. We could debate this because I have more information. We could debate anything you want right now. We could debate your credibility on Africa, whatever part of Africa you want to claim. We could debate, I mean, anything if you want, but I know you scared. You don't want that. You know, you debate with your peers. We ain't even seen one debate with your peers. Who are your peers? Who else is scamming the community? Who else? Grifting. Talking about some building industry. I mean, institutions. And he ain't built one institution yet. Come on, man. But how y'all doing? Y'all good out there?
Perfect.
Of course they going, if he claiming that he from Ghana, of course they gonna do it, because Ghana got so indoctrinated with Christianity. They want more people to come out there so they can build up their wealth. They do. They really do. And then they tried to say it was a leader, and the whole time I exposed that it wasn't no leader telling y'all to come over to Ghana. It was a Jamaican Christian pastor telling you that. I showed you that. That was a couple of streams ago. A couple of live streams ago. You could go back and watch that. That boy ain't no Ghanan. He ain't from Ghana. And his father came out and said the same thing. But how y'all doing out there?
So at what point did you know you just had it and you had to keep going?
When I woke up.
This morning, what'd you think?
Let's get it.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Yeah, man.
Rule laugh.
Yeah, land is cheap out there, of course. But it was a lady. Somebody sent me a video of a lady that was a YouTuber that said that, you know, she tired of it. She gonna move to Africa, you know, because she moved out there. They robbed her. They, you know, basically was treating her wrong. I'm not sure if she's still living there, but she basically, I think she came back, if I'm not mistaken. I think they told me that she did end up coming back. But when she was there, they were treating her totally opposite of how she would be treated here. You saw that? Yeah, if you know her name, go ahead. Mention her name, because maybe people could look that up. She had a horrible experience. Like, you can't just go out there without you knowing somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going out there for a trip and, you know, you got a couple friends that are really authentically African and you going out there with them, that's fine. But when you going up there just up and gonna move to Ghana and you don't know, or any part of Africa, and you don't know who these people are and they don't know you, you understand what I'm saying? You ain't got no type of protection. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's just like you moving from one hood in America to another hood in America, and you just so happen to wear the wrong colored clothes when you come outside. They gonna be like, where you from? They ain't gonna care where you live at. They gonna be like, huh? No, get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Go, and then you fresh out of luck. Same thing that happened in Africa with that young lady is the same thing that will happen here. And keep in mind, all of this, right? All of this, now the borders is wide open here. Title 42. Title 42, right? Y'all saw that, right? Wide open. They need more foreigners in here for a reason. Keep them numbers up. And he treating them like royalty. I told you, anybody that's coming over here seeking asylum, are immune to the general restrictions that they give a regular immigrant. And now with Title 42, you know what I'm saying? It's wide open now. Now it's very dangerous. Now it's very dangerous. And look, and another thing I'm gonna mention is a lot of those people that are coming over here that, you know, their family members seek asylum and they got their stuff situated and they want to be attached to us as far as the Niji is concerned, being born and raised here, okay? Born and raised here, not from no other country or another continent. There's a lot of people that still look like you and I that want to be adopted in, but they are carrying IDs that indicates that they're white as their status within this U.S. government right now. And if they not talking, I'm gonna tell you right now, if they not talking about that, mentioning that they actually get a totally different line of credit, your status in this government is white, meaning that you're getting treated better than our people, and you not mentioning that, you not bringing that up, as if that's wrong, because you know I mean, of course it's gonna benefit your people, but it ain't benefiting mine. Are you saying that you for our people? No, you're not. You're an infiltrator. Get up out of here. We don't need you. We don't. We were the only ones where they misclassified us multiple times, reclassified us multiple times. Y'all come over here and everything's sweet. Now Title 42 out. You good. With the American Indians, we got work to do. We got work to do. Just not, you know, snapping back at these pan goofies. Them pan goofies ain't got nothing on us. They see we're uniting as a family. They see what's going on. They see we got them snipers out knocking them down. Hey, where there it is. Snipers! They see we got them snipers out knocking them down. One by one, getting rid of the infiltration so we can elevate us. There is a bigger agenda of what I'm doing here. And the reason why I'm here. Not only is it to uplift our people in general, for the betterment of our people, it's to make actual positive changes for our people. Because they're not handing reparations to us. They're not handing anything out to us. They much rather give it to the foreigners that they constantly bring over here for free. And they don't got to prove nothing. They don't got to study nothing on those foreigners here. But they constantly been wanting to study what happened to our people since 1989. F up out of here. I don't want to hear that. These foreigners ain't never been for us. And we helped them. And they got the nerve to call us the Indian givers. The only reason why they in our position right now is because we allowed them. Now it's time to take it back. You understand me? Now it's time to take it back. And yeah, I agree. We do need to be building our own institutions, but we need to be building our own in general, our own governments. Govern ourselves. We shouldn't allow these foreigners to dictate our lives top to bottom. Now here they go with this Fed now. Are you really gonna be consented to this Fed now shit? You gonna do that? Well, I mean, but that's the government, Dane. You gonna act like that? If you really want change, you also gotta stand up, brother, sister. You gotta make changes also. You got to look in the mirror and say, what am I going to do today to make it better for my people on top of my family? What am I going to do? Look in the mirror and be like, what can I do? You can do something. I don't care if you living in poverty, barely, you know, living from check to check. Nah, that doesn't, see, in order for change to come, you got to make it happen. You got to leave things, but the sacrifice is leaving those things behind that was holding you up. And move forward towards the things that's going to bring you up. If you ain't about that real change, then what you doing here? If you scared, say you scared. I'm not. And I know it's a lot of people that's not. We don't have to get along with this government. We don't have to do what this government is telling us to do. A government is not supposed to be controlling the people. A government is supposed to be, you know, governing their own entities. This is the reason why everybody else got their government, got their own government. We should be having ours. Who Who laid down and died and said that they in charge? Because we still here. We ain't dead. It's up to us. And we allowing them to keep calling us black and African American. We never agreed to that. All of these social constructs was based off of their political decoys that they put out there, the employees that they put out there, leading our people blind. And all these little leaders that so-called, that they want to claim that our leaders, the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons and all the rest of them, Martin Luther King, all that. And what did it amount to? A whole bunch of political bull that ain't do nothing for our people. So no, we don't need no more politics. We don't need no politicians. We don't need no say-so in this government because they're not going to give us no say-so. I mean, how long are we going to be willing to wait in order to see if they finally going to say, okay, we apologize to y'all. Hey, come on back. When we had a stronghold in this government previously until they declared that it was a Great Depression and they needed to revamp everything. The Democratic Republican Party was against the Federalists and the Whigs. Now they separate, allegedly, as a Democrat and Republican Party. The Democratic Republic. They two heads of the same snake. They working for each other, acting like they fighting against each other. No, they not. They the same people. And they not for us. A lot of these people that they claiming that are dead are alive. They just hiding. What was dead was the one that they put out in front of you. And they hiding behind the scenes, still calling the shots. Still alive. Because they know, since our people are well advanced in the arts and the entertainment, they use it against us. The arts and the entertainment field is what they used against us. They go say that your leaders are in the arts and the entertainment field. Like we got to listen to some celebrity just because they made a movie, or just because they a basketball player, or just because, I mean, that's not no knock to nobody, but keep that's not what leaders are. Malcolm X changed his life when he went in jail. Yeah, he did his wrong. He did his wrongdoing in the past. Came out of jail and turned up and started going after nationalism. Something that our people need. Nationalize ourselves as who we really are, no matter their walk of life, as far as their religious belief or their spiritual practices. Then they got rid of him. Killed him in front of his family. But if all of us step out there and become Malcolm X minded, what they gonna do? They gonna run and fucking hide. Excuse me. I'm getting hyped. That's what it is. Yeah, but we gotta do more for our people. And the only way we're gonna be able to do more for our people is if our own people step up and do it. We don't need to be waiting on this government. We don't need to be waiting on no other person right now. We could do it right now. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. None. Well, what do we need to do, Dane? What do we need to do? First of all, change your mentality. Change it. I said, look in the mirror. Tell yourself that you could do something. And start with you. Don't be looking up to me or nobody else as if we got to do it. No, you got to do it. Then we all do it together. Now, keep in mind, all of our people ain't going to be able to do it. They've been so indoctrinated, so manipulated, so fear-mongered, like, you know what I'm saying? They stuck in one position. All we need is 13% of our own people in order to get things done. Then everybody else gonna follow suit, because they gonna be like, damn, look, y'all. They got their nation, they got their union going on. They doing their thing. They gonna come right away. See, people thinking, they outside looking in thinking that nation building has something to do with creating schools, jobs, and businesses. That's a part of it, but that's not all of it. We got to start from the bottom to get to the top. And it's a lot of people out there that got money that don't know how to use it. We should be able to teach them. We had lands, but just imagine them giving our lands back right now. How we going to take care of them? Which one of y'all know how to take care of land right now? Besides landscaping, can you grow anything? Can you farm? See, it's some things that we could do individually now. Besides landscaping, can you grow something that could benefit you and your family, that could take care of y'all for months? Just in case they decide to close the grocery stores, God forbid, one day. And you need to feed your family. And your kids looking at you, daddy, mommy, we hungry. See? See? And we allowing these foreigners to be in charge of that? That's not how it works. You want that real change? Come on. Come on. Do the right thing for you first. Then do the right thing for your family. Then do the right thing for our people. You know what you got to do. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all not tomorrow, but Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm going live 6 p.m. You know, Creator willing. Hopefully there ain't going to be no more thunderstorms and tornadoes this way. But that's what's been delaying me. Okay, but we back. We going to keep it going. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all stay safe out there. And really think about what I'm saying. Put some action in motion now. Do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Stop believing in yourself now. I love y'all. Wado, beautiful people.
I'm just here to make you think.